out with Venti. Let's do it. Oh.
Hey, look over there.
Look over where?
She's all by herself, right?
Oh, who is she? What is she doing?
Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. Paimon's creeped out.
Maybe she's possessed, Paimon. I used to have an imaginary friend too when I was a kid.
What? You mean you used to act like that too?
Sure.
So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination?
Imaginary means in your imagination. Paimon, do you not have an imagination?
Imaginary. Imagination. Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so?
Oh my god. Yes, Paimon.
So, this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them?
We don't hang out anymore, Paimon. Okay, we got into a big fight. All right, we argued about toys and who got to play with the He-Man first. And they didn't like that. So I had to kick them to the curb. Sorry.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So, imaginary friends just disappear when you grow up?
Exactly.
Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose your sister has an imaginary friend too?
Sure she does.
No way! You guys are so lucky!
Speaking of my sister, I can't wait to figure out what happened with her.
Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
What game?
Traveler. Fancy meeting
Oh, because of the imaginary friends. Venti, what's up, bro? How are you?
Tone deaf bard. What are you doing here?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
What has she been making?
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
I'd be more nervous about Klee than Lisa.
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa.
She is gorgeous, Venti. You're not wrong.
For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Uh-oh.
Dangerous?
Uh-oh. A monocle equipped with some sort of detector?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called a Nernama detector.
Nernama. Nernama?
Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her to see if it actually works.
How's that going for you? You're still here, so...
Huh? Why can't Lisa use it?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it.
What does it do?
If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
Okay.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
Oh, it's a monocle that you can see imaginary friends?
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Is it a hilly churl? I'm afraid to know what it is.
Do you see
Oh, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. And they're just having the time of their lives. They're just living their best life. It really works.
Huh, so it does work for you two.
I can see him. It's a little creepy, but it is what it is.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size.
Oh, I guess you're not special enough, Paimon.
All right then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground.
What do you want me to
Let's
do?
go see what everyone's imaginary friends look like.
So we're just gonna creep on everybody's imaginary friends? Why? Why should you be trapped in a windless land? All right, let's do Venti's here.
Flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Well, let's go find out. Flora! Hi. Where's your friend?
There it is!
It's a plant?
A floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora. A bloaty floaty.
A bloaty floaty?
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants now?
I guess so, Paimon. They can be whatever they want them to be.
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard.
Hi, Flora. Can I ask you a question?
Sure. How can I help?
Who is your friend?
Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him.
But we have a monocle that we can see him, so...
Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. left out.
Paimon, it's not all about you all the time, okay? It is not all about you. The world does not revolve around Paimon. As much as you want it to, it doesn't.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Well, can you fly with it? Like, will it just like float you away?
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I want to be able to do that.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it.
Well, then what do you call it?
I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures.
Who is the explorer?
I think his name was Stanley.
Stanley! Stanley? I know Stanley!
Stanley's an adventurer.
Right, he is!
And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt.
Well, then I guess we gotta go talk to Stanley.
He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
Stanley's gonna tell some stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Yeah, sorry. We're gonna look at everybody else's imaginary friends. Timmy! We're gonna go see depression-ridden
Child shall we
Timmy.
interrogate next?
We're gonna go see Timmy out here on the bridge. Timmy! Why are you friends with a ruin guard?
No way!
Yes way, Paimon, yes way! How does Timmy know about ruin guards?
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard?
That's what I just said, Paimon. I've heard of guardian angels, but come on.
Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
It's invisible, Paimon. It can't hurt you.
What say we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Paimon, that line that you love to say so much?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line?
Oh my God, the one that you talk about like exploring things later.
Hey, we'll just go and check it out later.
Seriously?
Say it.
Oh, all right then.
Say it.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Thank you. Drop it on the adults. Wait, do the adults have imaginary friends? Oh, hey guys.
The thing about wine
Oh, it's D-Luke and
you
Kaya.
have to drink it at the tavern or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping
Who are
yourself
these two
amused even if you drank
guys?
alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
They're gonna have a fight.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
D-Luke is basically telling you, don't get drunk, Kaya. Watch yourself.
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
They're gonna have a fight.
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his
Ooh.
mansion. Or maybe you've forgotten.
Ooh. Wait, are they brothers? Is Kaya and D-Luke brothers?
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
What?
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift indeed to part with a certain vase?
Oh,
Sorry, I have no recollection.
they're gonna get into it.
That's odd. Master D-Luke, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one, unmistakable in fact.
Do you have an imaginary friend? Do any of these peeps have an imaginary friend? Hi, Kaya. Oh, you're looking right at us. They don't have any
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary friends.
They don't. Oh, I couldn't see D-Luke with an imaginary friend right now.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
Seems adults are the same everywhere there, Venti.
People just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon, for one, never wants to grow up.
I don't think you're gonna... we don't know anything about Paimon. Like, I want to know more about Paimon. She needs a story quest. Paimon needs a story quest. I want to know where she came from. Why is she the only fairy or whatever that floats around here? Like, maybe she's my imaginary friend. No, that can't be right. She's talking to people.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear?
I have no idea, Venti. That's a good question.
Let's go and check.
How are we going to do that? How are we going to go and check? What are we doing? See how Ellen is doing? All right, let's go chat with Ellen here. Ellen, do you still have an imaginary friend? Is Jean your imaginary friend? That's Jean.
Jean? What is Jean doing here?
That's her imaginary friend.
Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend?
Ellen is really determined to become a knight.
Yeah, she's so conscientious. It's terrifying.
Wow.
Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
Nothing. Nothing, Ellen. Nope, nothing. We just came to say hi.
Are you always training here?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. It was incredible. It got me really pumped up.
We gotta go talk to Stanley.
Oh, I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
You'll be fine, Ellen. I believe in you.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got to go on an adventure with Jean herself, well, even better.
Well, she'll probably collapse after the last story that we did.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
I think you'll succeed, Ellen. You got this.
Oh, thanks. I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary knight.
Ooh.
Would you join me for some sword training?
Sure thing, Ellen. Sure thing. Sword training with
How can I
Ellen
smash
here.
all these training dummies at once?
Destroy all the training dummies? Hu Tao, watch this.
So that's how to do it. I'm impressed.
Yeah, you should be.
Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go in my training.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Venti, I agree.
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work. One day, though, I'll smash all the training dummies in Mondstadt.
Ellen, I believe in you.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly churl.
Paimon, is that the only word that you can think of that rhymes with girl? Okay, come to think of it, I can't think of any words that rhyme with girl. Swirl, hurl, twirl, hilly churl. That was a good one though, Paimon.
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today.
What'd you forget?
Ugh, but I'm so sore from training. I can hardly move.
You didn't even do anything.
Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me?
Who is Jack?
He's a friend of mine. Recently started as an adventurer.
Sure thing. I'll be your messenger boy.
We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let him know it'll have to be another day?
Sure thing. You go take care of yourself, Ellen. I got you.
If I'm not mistaken, you should find him at the Temple of the Lion.
Temple of
He's
the Lion.
adventuring with Stanley today.
Oh, we're gonna go see Stanley too.
Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. He once set foot in the Mare Javari.
Temple of the Lion? Missed that place.
Great! Thank you so much.
All right, let's go. The Great Adventure Stanley. We're gonna go looking for Jack with Stanley. Here we go.
We explored this place once before, didn't we?
We did. It was with Lisa
Incident.
or something. Wasn't it with
Seems
Lisa?
like it's now a hot spot for adventurers.
Well,
That
Venti's hanging out with us.
One thing. We
What-
didn't
what?
tag all the loot last time.
Oh, good Lord, Paimon. Paimon wants money and food, I
Looks
swear.
like we
It's not a game. I'm not a robot, and I'm challenging you. I'm not a phantom. I'm in your face, and I'm
Put the fire in. Got it. Oh, more fighting. Jack! Stanley! We're here to rescue.
kidding, see it through. Right before your eyes. What just multiply?
Everybody done? Anybody else? What's up, guys? How did you guys end up here? What are we doing?
I was so sure I was about to die.
Jack, but you're not. You're welcome.
To be fair, that could have gone either way. So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Jack.
Yes. Who are you?
I am Venti. Is he gonna mention that he's Barbados too, or no?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
You know what Teyvat needs? Cell phones, smartphones, so they can text each other.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me, and then had to rescue me.
You're welcome.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I, Stanley, couldn't have dealt with by myself.
Stanley? Really? Really?
Whoa! You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer? Renowned in all of Mondstadt? Who once set foot in the Mare Javari?
That's the one, Paimon!
The very same.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one as legendary as yourself.
What's so legendary about him?
Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Stanley, what do you think, bro?
Well, I think you're now in the safe hands of Stanley, the great explorer
No.
and legend of Mondstadt.
No, more like you're in the safe hands of me.
In which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Stanley and Jack ain't gonna do nothing,
I'm
though.
guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
Yeah, sort of.
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
Yeah, just to pass a message
You know
along.
who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
I know who you are.
Yeah, I think we got that.
I know who you are. Don't worry.
Attitude says me. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Mare Javari.
Enough already! Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
Tell him, Paimon.
It's true,
I'm
though.
Stanley.
Stanley is the most
I'm the most
amazing guy.
awesome.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? No. Well,
Hold on. Stanley can't stop talking about
You and
himself.
your partner reached the Mare Javari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
precisely. There was a
Okay, I'm just ready for the next
deathly
battle so Stanley will stop talking. Open the door! They're just still talking.
You can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
They are literally still just talking while I'm doing all the work.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure.
We're gonna take a left.
But
We're gonna
whatever
fly.
happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to.
They're
bring
just
their
having a
spirit
casual
back to
conversation
Mondstadt.
while Abyss Mages are running around. We're gonna be done with this one before they get done talking. Oh no, are they arguing with each
I
other?
believe I've made a small discovery.
What is that, Venti? What is that? Stanley's full of crap?
Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Are you saying that they have imaginary friends? Wait. Stanley! Stanley! Stanley!
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
Who's that?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face.
Maybe that's why he's so full of himself.
You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self?
Yeah. How he kind of sees himself.
Interesting idea. But is it true?
Seems like it.
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
What do you mean you're going to be leaving? We went all the way down here and you're just like, gotta go. See you later. Bye. What? Where are you going?
Bye, Stanley.
Jack, you don't have a problem with this? What is happening?
You two still have time to spare?
Sure, Jack. What's up, bro?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The Sword of Brilliant Valor and the Shield of Magnificent Honor.
Ooh, I want those.
I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt, over in Dadaupa Gorge.
Do I get to keep it if we find it? Finders keepers.
Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons?
Why did he abandon them though?
I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right?
He's outstanding, I'd say.
If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer.
So you're looking for him for yourself, basically.
Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited, and my parents don't support my goals one bit.
Well, they don't sound very supportive. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sucks.
So, what do you say? Help a guy out?
We got you, Jack. I guess we gotta do everything else around here.
I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it because my reasons are so selfish. But I swear I'll give the weapons back to him as soon as I'm done.
Sure you will.
Aw, poor Jack.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna help him out.
Help him out.
Yeah, it's hard to say no after that sob story there, Paimon.
Venti, you coming too?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago. Help me find these weapons, and it's all yours.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it?
Yeah, Venti.
Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Okay, I figured, yeah. Venti's all about the wine. Venti just wants to get drunk all the time. Stanley, what are you doing? Are you sneaking? What are you doing? Are you eavesdropping? Quest goals in Mondstadt. Head there to continue the quest. Okay. Search for the Sword of Brilliant Valor. It's right behind us.
Hey, that bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some
Oh, it's over here.
ceremony?
Found the sword. Sword of Brilliant Valor. Here we go. Found it.
Lo and behold, the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
Now we're gonna go find the shield.
Are you sure? Looks kind of basic to Paimon, and a little worse for wear, too. Why would hilly churls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
I don't know.
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly trolls were already celebrating.
Who did that?
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic, I'm at a loss for words.
Jack? We went through all that work and you're gonna complain?
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an Anemo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City.
I've seen them.
If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light that guides you out from the darkness.
That was some very elaborate ox dung there, Venti. That a way to pull things out of your butt.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
I'm telling you, Venti is kind of like a manipulator a little bit.
So,
See?
we got our sword. Now we just need that shield.
See, he can convince you of anything.
Let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadaupa Gorge, so... huh?
There's somebody there.
It's Stanley. Stanley, what are you doing here?
Stanley? What's he doing here?
I don't know, Venti.
He's acting so weird.
He is. Why?
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh?
Did you not see Stanley?
It's nothing. Just one of those Mora-spouting weasel thieves passed by is all.
What? Where? I want to see.
Oh, good Lord, Jack.
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find, remember?
Let's go hunt it down. Let's go get it. Cut a deal with the Healy Churl. Are we gonna make a deal with this guy? Bro, where is the shield?
Lo and behold, the
Why don't we just take
shield
it from
of
him?
Magnificent honor.
Wait. Do anybody else see that hog just vanishing in thin air? Are you talking about the shield that he's holding?
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood.
Paimon calling Venti out.
A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached.
Wait.
Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
Wait, I think I get what's going on. They're wanting to build Jack's confidence as an adventurer. So they're kind of making this up as we go along. Stanley's actually helping Jack. Stanley's the one that's like planted this stuff, and they're just kind of making it up as they go along, just so Jack can build confidence as an adventurer. I get it, I think. I might be wrong though.
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
Venti's gonna roll D20 on these persuasion dice again.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the Shield of Magnificent Honor. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale?
I don't know, Venti.
Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will.
Man!
Is that not the true meaning of honor?
Venti is pulling out all the stops, and Jack is gullible AF. Venti is in top form today.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long.
True.
Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the Shield of Magnificent Honor for free.
Why don't we just take it from him, like we do everything else? Why we gotta ask?
Excuse me, Mr. Hilly Churro?
Dala. Where's the girl that needs to like can translate and speak Hilichurl at? Where is she at?
Well, okay, you take it from here.
What do you want me to do?
Picked up some Hilly Churlian by
Oh
now.
dear, sweet
In
lord.
fact, there's always body language.
Vin plata data. I don't know what that means at all.
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Goocha poo poo goosha yay. Oh, that pissed him off. I thought I was doing the right thing. I don't know what you said.
Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that.
Many nini biam poo poo. Oh, that made him even more mad.
Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that.
Well, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to speak his language. I'm the only one doing it. Oh god, he's mad.
Oh no. We ticked him off big time.
Let's just kill him. No, we're just gonna murder him. Oh man, I could have done it without fighting.
So you know that we out there, swatting lights in the making.
Oh, we're gonna have another conversation with this guy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you mad. What is he saying?
Hey.
Where are you
he took
going?
The Shield of Magnificent Honor and ran.
Pick it up. It's ours
Guys,
now,
thank
finders
you
keepers.
So much. I can't believe I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found.
What? Where?
Hey,
What?
wait!
Who's he talking to? Where's he going?
The wine, you promised! And I actually helped a lot this time.
Venti, you did. I'm proud of you, Venti. I'm actually really proud of Venti.
What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Yeah. What's your deal? Why are you being all weird?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You, out for a stroll too?
Sure.
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend look for something.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud.
Oh, he's definitely a fraud. No question, Paimon.
Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
Yes, Paimon. That's what I said earlier.
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after all.
Tell us some
Better
stories.
believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
Can you? Can you?
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And your memory, too.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with hilichurros.
No kidding.
I'll get back to my, stroll now. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Stanley. Bye-bye. You go stroll along.
Guilty conscience much?
Right, Paimon?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead.
Venti's getting real deep here.
I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
That's a good question, actually, Venti. Man, Venti, you are getting really deep and making me think a lot. I'm shocked.
What are you talking about?
Right, Paimon? Because I'm a little confused as well. So he's getting deep. Deep.
I'm just musing to myself. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Angel Share. Let's do it. Head to Angel Share. D-Luke, what's up, bro? Sit behind Stanley. Stanley, what's wrong? What's going on with you? Venti is sus. I'm being sus.
Tell me, Stanley. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
He's hiding something?
Could there be another person called Stanley?
His imaginary friend, Paimon.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why? Why?
What? So he's not even the real Stanley? So maybe his imaginary friend is the one that died and he kind of just took over like his name type thing? What?
If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world.
Well, that's sad.
You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen because your life was cut short, and all because of a worthless tag-along.
Wow, Stanley's putting a lot of blame on himself. I feel bad for Stanley. I feel really bad.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
Paimon, are you really this thick-headed?
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too.
Yeah.
But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him.
And he just took over like the Stanley persona type thing.
The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
Yes, Paimon, yes. Because he was saved by Stanley. We don't know this guy's name, but he was saved by Stanley. So he wanted to, I guess, be like Stanley. So he took on the Stanley name. Like, I get it.
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity.
I see. I get it. I see. Wow, that's insane. That's really sad.
Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Madrivari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on.
Through you, right?
Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Now.
Well, that's really sad.
Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
No, Stanley, sorry. That's Paimon! Paimon's staring at you. We're just sitting here having a drink.
Yikes! We're busted.
No, you're busted. You wouldn't stare at everyone all the time. Stanley.
Go away. Save your questions. And just leave me in peace.
Oh, I just, do you need a hug?
But
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
Okay, he's getting angry.
Honorary Knight, Venti,
Jack!
and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here.
What's up, dude?
I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Hey, GG's, Jack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
Okay,
That's wonderful.
that's nice.
So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Tevat?
Are you?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet.
So what are you gonna do?
Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place.
Stanley.
Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Bye, Jack. Get out of here before I feel like he's about to rip your head off or something.
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
What's wrong, Stanley?
Jack left.
I feel really bad.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
I'm not gonna tell nobody. Now, Paimon, on the other hand, you gotta watch her. She'll blab her mouth to everybody. The whole damn town will know in about 5 minutes if you let her go running around.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished.
Right?
Just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential. I cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
I'm just, oh God, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Stanley. His voice, I have heard his voice somewhere before. I know that voice from somewhere. I have heard this guy's voice before. And I'm trying to, I know! I figured it out! I got it! He's Barrett in Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is the guy that voices Barrett. I can hear it now. It is the same voice. It's him. It's gotta be him.
you're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not his stories to tell, I guess. Listen to his voice. Listen to his voice. It's Barrett from Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Stories, experiences. What's the point of them anymore?
1,000,000%. That is Barrett.
To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear.
I feel so bad for Stanley. Dude, perk up. What can I do to help you?
All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
You've just been feeling guilty like your whole life, and your imaginary friends all you got left.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior. And that image has held him captive his entire life.
Yeah, so sad.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless.
No, you're not, Stanley. Do you need a hug? Here, let me give you a hug.
No adventurer should have to go that way. No adventurer ever.
Paimon, hug him. What are you waiting on?
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know?
His name is Hans?
The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari.
Oh, wow.
I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
I can't believe it.
Wow. Venti, you are so nice. You are so nice. Wow.
Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados.
Venti finally revealing himself to somebody.
I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down.
You take all the time you need, Stanley.
But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
I think you will too. You got this. Bye, Stanley. Get you some rest, man. That was a lot to take in.
Wonderful. Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way.
And it's all because of you, Venti. All because of you. Wow. Venti is nicer than what I had originally thought.
This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
You mean you want to get just hammered, Venti.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
I think that's what he means, Paimon.
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He
Oh, that's
promised
right.
me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember?
Yeah, I remember. That's right. Where'd he go?
I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Gotcha, Venti. I'll see. Venti, I'll see you soon.
Huh?
And there he goes.
Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it?
I think I might know though. I think I might know where. I think he's talking about the tree. Maybe. Is he talking about the tree? Oh, nope, not at the tree. He's at the cathedral. That's so freaking pretty, man. Venti, this is a good spot. This is a great spot.
You made it. Finally.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere.
We really didn't though, Paimon. We really didn't. You're exaggerating.
So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage, when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider.
Oh, so he kind of lied to you, Venti? I'm sorry.
This takes me back.
Dude, this game is just so freaking pretty.
The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet.
What?
It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven.
2,600 years ago?
At that time, Old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right?
Right.
You mentioned it before.
Yeah.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms.
Decarabian? Ooh, now we're learning more.
Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
Yes, Paimon. He didn't used to always, he's been telling you this. He didn't always look this way. He's like a little molecule floating around when he got started, kinda.
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend.
What? Who?
In Old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told. Where a tyrant ruled, I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. but storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. "I do so wish to see the birds in flight," said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. "Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land." The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
Wow.
So then what?
Whoa! That is a lot to take in right there. So his friend led a revolt against the old tyrant, and his friend died. And so Venti, kind of like Stanley, took on the form of his friend. Like, that's craziness. I get it. Bro, that's serious. That's some intense stuff. That was great. I loved that. Ah, dude.
What happened to your friend?
Same situation as with Stanley's friend. It's the same thing, Paimon. You really cannot be this thick. Like, seriously, you cannot be this thick.
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, I want to hear all the story.
Yes, of course. The suspense is killing Paimon.
Paimon, go get some apples.
Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples?
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here.
Getting a little peckish or something.
So peckish, Venti.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
Nobody said you had to tag along. Nobody said you had to keep going with me. I am not sitting here telling you that you need to like be on my hip 24/7. You're free to go wherever you want to. Remember, Mondstadt is the city of freedom. So if you want to break up with me, that's fine. I'll just find another Paimon.
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes.
Oh, Venti, I'm sorry.
But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him.
Dude, these stories are so good.
Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Dude, GG's. GG's Genshin Impact, GG's Hoyoverse on a great, amazing Venti story quest. I am thoroughly impressed with that one. That one might have been my favorite one yet. That one might have been my favorite story quest yet. Not even gonna lie. That was really good.